All right, so we're back at it. We've got the heaver wall up, and it means it's time to jump onto this unit now. Only issue is that this unit's almost exactly the same as next door, and you can see there's a lot of walls in the middle of the house here. So what we're gonna have to do today is almost build every single wall individually. We'll stand the externals up, but we're gonna have to prefab most of these walls. We're gonna build one wall at a time, shoot them together, stack them to the side until we've got almost every wall ready to go, and then at the end of the day, it's just gonna be a prefab day, chucking all the walls in. Yeah, we got a crossy on this wall, all the way over here. So we'll start it from there through to here. Hey, we'll use... This is the top, it's going up that way. So yeah, we'll use these for the bottom. Cheers, you got them sorted. So you want to jump over there? What we might actually do, we're not going to stand the wall up. Yeah, we'll flip her, pre-install the cross brace, and that way we can actually wrap it under the bottom plate. So we'll just go straight up. Grab a nog and we'll walk it back to where we were. And then let's bring her down. I'm gonna slide her a little bit. Sweet.
We will collide.
Oh, it's probably a bit too loose.
Can I borrow your mic for a second?
Yeah, for sure, man. Did we get any more nails, or is that all we have?
That's all we got.
Alright, someone's gonna have to go down. Who wants to go for a drive and get some nails?
Please with gas as well.
Since this crossy is going to be on this side, these studs have the bows facing up, so it's easier to straighten. So I jumped a step then. We're going to take these off and just flick a line when I go. Get the planer and plane the studs back, because all the bows are sticking out. So we plane the studs back more than enough so that this sits inside the studs. So when we straighten it, they're not going to be in the way. Happy? Happy there? Happy there? Yeah. Sweet. Do you mind planing those back, please? So don't worry about those end studs.
Yeah. No.
There's not going to be bow at that point there. So yeah, it's just the middles of them. That's where we want to get a lot out of. Get her up, let's walk around to the other side. Do you want to go, are you going on an angle? Yep. Yep, to you. To you. Yep. Sweet.
All good?
That's very good. I think so, yeah. Oh no, that worked very good. Can you push yours hard to the hebel? And actually pick it up? Hey?
I've got a couple nail plates.
Yeah. I'll shoot it first and then I'll grab that, thanks. Yeah, just hold it there. Yeah, I'll get that gangy. Thanks, bro. I'll meet you. Thank you. Do you want to start getting those concrete pins in? another gun. I was going to say there's no way in hell I'm going to use this $400 hammer I've got. It's just for looks. There we go.
Whenever I sit here editing these videos, I always see things that we did wrong or things that we haven't done as efficient as possible. In this instance, I'm looking at what we're doing right now and realizing we've wasted so much time by flipping these walls over. As I did say before, we do need to put the cross braces on the inside because the heber wall is in the way. But the reason we're flipping them over is just so that we can keep the bows facing inwards. If we put them the other way, it's not the biggest deal in frame, and it just means when we come to do the lockup, we're going to be spending a lot more money and a lot more time straightening the studs. It's always easier to go over the studs of the planer and take a bit out of the stud, rather than packing it with timber, which takes more time, and you've also got to pay for the extra timber, the masonite, which means it's going to be even more expensive. Now, we're still going to keep the studs the same way. I still want the bows facing inward in the hallway, especially along such a long party wall. But what I'm thinking we should have done is just lay the studs out the other way when building these walls. We've always got the bows facing down. All we had to do was spin the studs around, have the bows facing up, and then we don't need to flip the wall around for no reason at all. It's one of those things that I'm sitting here watching the video, it is super simple, and I'm kicking myself for not thinking of something so simple in the moment. But that's just the reality of working in construction sometimes. You're running around building a house and you've got so many things you've got to think about and organise that sometimes you just get stuck in the same processes and procedures that you always do, that you don't really change it up when there's a better way to do something.
Do you want to get the saw for this wall here? What we did for the other unit, for this one here, that wall right there, we'll move that to the side. This one's going in around the steel here. So I think what we do is we'll take it out and we'll honestly just like screw a top plate to the steel, screw our studs in, we'll build it in place. So when we come to do that, we'll use these for the plates. I want to work on this wall here for now. It's got 2 windows, 2 lintels. We obviously can't build it in place, and since it's so big, we're going to cut it in half, build 2 separate bits over there, and bring them in one at a time. So this is where the stud goes in the middle here. I'm going to do a tick on either side so that there's a stud either side to help support them. Do you mind getting a saw? We'll cut those into half there, and we'll build 2 separate walls. What were these studs? Were these the 3.3? I'm just going to start cutting the checkouts if you want to lay everything else in place and start shooting them together. So what's this? 140 pine top. So that is 9, 10, 10. Sounds about right. Before you nail this in, can I get you to shoot the tops of that one and I'll measure the other lintel? It's a 90mm at 1310. Sweet. Window 3 and 2. Right, so they're both of the same height. They're both 1420 high. So 1420, I should have marked that when we marked out. But they're both 1420 high and they are 2.4 off the ground. So I'm going to measure up 2.4. We'll add that 20mm for the frame opening. So we'll go 2.420. Then I'm going to come down 1420 from that. And we'll mark a metre, and that's going to be where the bottom of the window is. So I only need to mark that on one of these. Since it's the same the whole way through, I'll get that mark and then I can work out what the studs are going to be. A metre hooking over, 45mm plate on either side, so these are going to be 910 studs. And then for up here, I've got 920 minus a 45 plate, which gives us 875. So I'll cut 875 studs for the top and 910 for the bottom. But I can't. Stop you. Up. Oh, we got it if you want to get ready with that. Nails. And the pot, yeah. Good shit, boys. Hey. Thanks, bro.
Perfect.
Yep. Happens when you build your ball square, baby. Yeah. Don't be so surprised, mate.
So far we've been pretty lucky and we've built most of these walls without having to prefab anything. All of the back section is now done. There's a few missing walls and they're either going to be in between steel or power trusses. So we're going to be leaving the back section for now. And now we're going to be prefabbing a few of these walls. Since we've got so much space at the back here, I think it's worth building a few of these smaller walls at the back. And it's going to be a little bit more of a hassle trying to carry them to the front. But at least this way we can still build quite a few walls at a time. There's 5 people on site now, so we're going to smash up all the walls, and we are looking pretty good at getting this entire unit framed up today. Alright, so while we go through and throw up these last few walls, I'm actually going to read through and answer a few questions that I've got commented on some of the episodes in the series so far. There's a few comments I've seen pop up multiple times, and I think the best way to address some of them is just talk it through in the video. One comment I got a couple times on the latest video is how we're actually connecting the frames to the concrete slab. So most of the shots you can see us just driving concrete nails in, and the standards do call for these every 900mm hand-driven concrete nails, but on top of that we are going to go through with some dyno bolts and concrete screws to really secure the frame off. That is going to be covered in the next episode. So the nails we are putting in, they're not a temp fix, they are actually called for, but the walls will be more securely tied down in the next episode. Another question I got was about the stud tie downs. We didn't cover them too much in this video because most of the walls we're building were internal walls, and we don't need any straps over our walls unless there's a cross brace there. For the external walls, if there's going to be a tin roof on it, we need to strap the walls down every 1800. If it's a tin roof, there's more likelihood that wind can actually cause uplift and try pull that roof up, so that's why we have to strap the wall frame down even more. If it's not going to be a tin roof and it's an external wall for a tiled roof with a bit more weight, I believe the straps have to be every 400. Whenever we have a window opening with a lintel or a beam going across it, we're always going to strap those down too. Another question we did have on the last episode as well was asking why we are doing a double top plate on the external walls. That's something we haven't done in this video. We will be doing a lot more of that in the next episode as well. But the reason for that is that when we're landing our posies or trusses on top of our walls, if they land directly in between both of the studs, we'll need to go through and put a nog underneath the top plate between the studs to secure it. If we go through and do another top plate, it supports the weight of any posi and truss landing directly between the studs, and it also helps strengthen the walls and straighten them as well.
I think that's a stair boy. I think that's a freestanding floor, isn't it?
You want to lift the top? Lift it up? You've got hands are stuck.
There's also been a few shots where you've seen us stand up walls and I'd start whacking the top plates with my hammer. I haven't really said what I'm doing, and what I was doing is putting on these nail plates. I was just hammering it on now, and it's just a plate with all these spikes that you nail between the two walls, and it digs into the timber and clamps the plates together to make sure they're not going to move or separate over time.
Alright, that felt good. We finally had a decent day with a full crew here, and yeah, we went through and pretty much framed up this entire unit. So the plan is for tomorrow to try to get both units completely braced off, ready to go. Day after, we'll be going through doing the subfloor. If you're watching the first episode, we spoke a lot about how many waves there are in the slab, so we're going to spend a lot of time getting the laser level out and actually really trying to level up the subfloor. And then after that, a day just to do the posies, build all the soldier walls on top of the steel. And I feel like we've got a really good system going on. And if the next few days go well, we should have some absolute progress on this job. Cheers for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.